welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet gingham as well as how to make a laptop mat. So first thing that you're going to need to do is measure your laptop. So mine is about 14 inches wide and about 9 to 10 inches, well, that would be wide. So 14 inches long and 9.5 inches wide. So you're going to want to probably make it like an inch off either side, or that's what I'm going to be going for. And these are the three colors that I'm going to be using. You're going to need probably a white, a light color, and a darker color for what I can tell traditional gingham is supposed to look like, but I could be wrong. So we're going to be making the base gingham, and then we're going to be making a border around the edge. So whatever color you want the border to be. I actually think I'm going to be starting with this color because I want a darker border around, but you can figure that out. And yeah, just trying to give you an idea of what we're making so you can choose the colors that you want. So we're going to start by making a slip knot. And then we are going to chain until we have the length that you need. So again, I'm going to go about an inch off of either side. So I'm going to chain until I have a chain that is 16 inches long. And of course, this will depend on the tightness of your chain and of the stitches that you're making. But so I'm not going to tell you how much I did because it could be different. I could be chaining tighter or looser than what you're doing. So I'm just going to finish this chain off camera since I clearly can't do this today, and then I'll be right back. So I have a chain now. It is 76 long because I need it to be divisible by 4 because each of the squares is going to be 4 stitches wide. So we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to start our first row. We're going to be using single crochets for this, and I'm going to be making my stitches into the top 2 loops of each stitch, leaving 1 to work the border in later, as you can see. So we're going to work in this dark pink 4 single crochets. So that's 3 and 4. And on the 4th one, we're going to be changing our color. So in the row with the dark pink, we're going to be also making squares of light pink. So here we're going to join, and the way I like to do this is just pull it right through to make our color change, and then as we go to make our first light pink single crochet, what we're going to do is just keep the tail and the dark pink, and we're going to put them over our hook so that as we work our single crochet, both of the yarns are worked in. I don't know if you can see that. I'll work another stitch here. So we're going to go, just going to move them and show you, into the top 2 loops, and then take these 2 strings, pull them over our hook, and then pull our light pink and only pull that one through to finish our single crochet. So we're just bringing both along, and this is just to work in the tail right away and to bring this color along to the place where we're going to need to make our next color change. So we're just going to make 4 of these light pink stitches, and you only need to carry the pink tail along for like 3 or so stitches, and then after that you can drop it. So I'm just going to leave it off here because on the 4th stitch is where we're going to be doing our next color change. So we're just going to start our single crochet, and then you're going to want to pull this one just a little bit to make sure that it's not peeking out in between the light pink, and then we're going to finish our single crochet with our dark pink. And then we're going to make 4 single crochets of this dark pink, but we also need to bring along the light pink again so that we have it for our next color change. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And again, we're just gonna pull on the light pink to make everything nice and snug, and then we will change colors. And you're just going to continue in this way, working your way all the way across the chain, switching colors every 4 stitches. So I'm just gonna work my way across the rest of the way off camera, and then I'll be back to show you what to do next. All right, and once you have finished your first round, it should look something like this. So we're going to chain 1 and then turn our work. And we're going to single crochet 4 times over the light pink. But in the 4th one, oh, I lied. I forgot about that we're still not done with this color. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna try this again. And join this here. And then for our dark pink, well, since I cut it, I'm gonna have to bring this other tail along, but you're gonna wanna bring the light pink yarn along with you as well. Across our single crochets, and just keep this. See, as you come in here, then the tails are over the back more, because you don't want it to be right up front, or the color is going to peek through too much in the, in between the stitches. So then for our last one, I'm going to drop this dark tail, this, make sure our light pink is pulled tight, and pull that through. And then we're going to bring our dark pink tail to the back. Another thing that, if you're concerned about the tails showing too much in between, you can bring the tail straight to the back on these rows where the tails are going to be more obvious than the front. And you can make 1 single crochet and then start weaving your tail in through here, and it will make it less obvious in the front of the work. But if you want it to be less obvious which is the front and which is the back of the work, then you'll probably just want to keep doing it, but the way we're doing, but I'm going to have this be the back. So I'm just gonna keep it like this, and just single crochet across in light pink again, and then pull your dark pink tight and pull it through. And when you do that, you also want to pull it back to loosen it. And then that's what we have so far. And with this process of switching colors, your yarn's probably going to get a bit tangled, so you're going to have to keep arranging it. But it would probably might be easy for you guys if you have a bit more working space than I do. So then we're going to switch back and start working in our dark pink. Again, I just brought the tail back and made 1 single crochet without bringing it across. And then the next 3 will be done with bringing this color across. And then we're going to pull it tight and then stretch it out and then change colors. So you're going to work that all the way across, just making the color change on top of each one as we continue to make our squares. And you're going to do it for this round, and you're going to work the same 2 colors back across on the next round. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row and work the next row, and then I'll be right back to show you what to do next. Okay, so I finished round 3, and this is the front and how it's looking, and I'm thinking they look a little too much like rectangles, so I'm going to make another round of these colors, or another row of these colors, just to make them more square shaped. So I'm just going to finish that, and then we'll be back to switch the colors. And now that we've finished round 4 across the back, we are done with the dark pink for now, so we can just go ahead and cut that off. And as you can see on the back here, I worked the light pink across a couple stitches because we're going to be working a light pink square above the dark pink. So for our chain 1, we'll work that right here with light pink, turn our work, and make 4 single crochets in light pink across the top. And I'm just going to be bringing the tail along with me for a few stitches to make it already partly worked in for later. And then once we get to the end here, it's time to add our next color, which is white. So I'm just going to grab that. And then we're going to just join it right here and work our next 4 single crochets in white. And we're going to bring our light pink and also work our tail in. And then when we reach the 4th single crochet, we're just going to pull the light pink tight, and then also make sure that it's not pulled too tightly so that it makes the work misshaped. And then we're going to pull this one through and change to our light pink, and then make 4 single crochets in light pink across the dark pink square. And every time you reach the 4th single crochet, you're going to want to pull it tight again to try not to let it peek through. Like on this one, I didn't pull it quite right, as you can tell, and there's some dark pink peeking through. So you're going to finish this round of switching colors, and then you're going to work the same colors across for 4 rows of white and light pink, so that we have light pink squares on the next row above the dark pink and white squares above the light pink. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this row and then work the next 3 to finish this row of squares, and then I'll be right back to show you guys what to do next. And once we finish round 4, this is what you should have. So now we are going to cut the white off because we're done with that for this round, and then we're going to switch back to the dark pink. So I'm just gonna find my scissors real quick. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and cut off our white yarn here. And then we're going to go ahead and grab our bright pink again. And I'm just gonna try sticking it through this part of the single crochet instead of the chain 1, because I don't really like the way this looks here. It'll probably get covered by the border, but I just thought I'd try this just to make it look a little bit neater. You're just going to finish your single crochet and chain 1 and turn your work. And then we're going to be working back across. Of course, you want to make sure that your yarn is being brought around behind. And we're going to make 4 dark pink single crochets over top of our light pink. And we're going to bring the light pink yarn along behind it. And one thing I will tell you is that if you bring it along every other stitch, you will have, as you can see here, these ones, the colors does not peek through as bad as it does down here. And that's because I went every other, and it will be more noticeable which side is the back side, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you carry it through on every other single crochet, then it will be less obvious peeking through the other color, if that makes sense. And then once we get to the white, we're gonna change colors and single crochet in light pink over the white. And as you can see, I'm just bringing it through every other stitch. And we'll just pull that through like that, and there we go. And then you're just going to finish this row across and again do 4. And I think by now you can kind of see how the gingham pattern is working. Just every other round we're going to be doing this, and obviously you're going to need twice as much light pink or your lighter color that you chose, so you'll want to keep that in mind when you're picking out your yarn colors. But you're just gonna want to keep alternating these 2 rows until you have it wide enough for your laptop mat. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep working away at this off camera, and then I'll be right back here to show you guys how to do the border and how to finish it all up. Alright, so I'm just finishing up this last round here of my mat, and as you can see, this is the back. All my ends on the sides here that need to be weaved in yet, but I'm just going to finish up my next 2 stitches, and then I'm going to show, or my last 2 stitches, and then I'll be showing you what we're going to be doing for the border. So I'm going to be doing the border in the dark color I've been using. In hindsight, I probably would have liked doing it in white better, but it will be fine. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to turn and work across the top first, and then across the side, and work my way down and go down the other side. So I'm going to just chain 1 here, and I'm going to start just by single crocheting across the top. The whole way across until the other corner. So I'm just going to finish this off camera, and then I'll be back when I'm almost to the corner, and I'll show you what to do for the corner. Okay, so I'm almost to the corner here. I just got to do 4 more stitches. 3 and 4. Well, so this last stitch, the 4th one, is going to be our corner stitch. So what we're going to do is we're just going to insert our hook into this stitch and make a single crochet, chain 1, and another single crochet to kind of give it the corner that we want. And then from here, you're just going to single crochet your way down. And with this, you're pretty much just going to have to guess how many stitches or where to put a stitch. It's hard to say, so you won't have like a designated amount of stitches per thing. I'm gonna try and get like 3 or 4 per square, but again, it's not. You just want to make sure that you have enough stitches so it's not curling in. Again, you can also prevent that by not making your stitches too tight, like I am currently doing. So I'll just quickly try and make them a bit looser. And then just stick them in wherever possible to a single crochet down the side. And you're just going to be working this the whole way around, and then in every last stitch or corner stitch you're going to be working a single crochet, chain 1, and a single crochet. So that you should get that at the corner. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this border off camera, and then I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright, so I've come to the bottom side of this, and as I explained to do before, we use 2 loops for the single crochets to start it. So for our border, there's only 1 loop left from the chain, and you'll notice that when you do that, it kind of pulls up. So, but I've been doing it this whole time around, so it's not anything to worry about that much, because as you keep going, it kind of straightens itself out. It's just when you initially put your hook through that it pulls up that specific loop. So it's just keep going through the 1 loop. It won't actually look that bad once you're done. Just wanted to show you guys that in case you got concerned about it, which I wasn't sure how it would turn out, and I thought I might have to do something a little differently, but it turns out it's all gonna work out fine. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And then I'll just continue this border before I get back and show you guys how to do the corner, or yeah, the ending corner. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the last couple single crochets for my round of single crochets, and we're going to get up to this point here where we have the chain 1 and then our last space here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a single crochet in my last space, chain 1, make another single crochet, and then slip stitch into the first single crochet that I made, skipping the chain 1, and then that will be our last corner. Now you can leave it just like this and tie off just like that, which I think is how I would like to leave mine, but I'm going to also show you another way that you can make kind of a lacy edge if you prefer that. How we're going to do this is we're going to be making 6 double crochet shells, which means we're going to start with the double crochet, and we're going to, this is the one that we worked into, so we're not going to count this one, but we're going to skip 2 and we're going to go into the third one from where we are working, and we're going to make a double crochet. And then we're just going to make 6 double crochets into the same stitch. It's 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then we skip the next 2 single crochets and single crochet into the third one. So that is what our shell will look like. And then again, we're going to, so this is the one that we worked our single crochet in, we're going to skip 2 single crochets, and into the third one again, we're going to make 6 double crochets again. And I'm just going to work one side like this because I want my edges straight, but I just want to show you guys another way how to finish it off. It's 4, 5, 6. And then again, skip 2 and single crochet into the third one. And again, skip the next 2 and into the third one, make 6 double crochets. And for these laptop mats, you can also use them as placemats at a table, or you can pretty much use this gingham pattern to make anything that you want. While I was making this one, I came up with an idea for a summer top, so if you guys would like to see that, you could just leave a comment or let me know what you think. I don't really make very many clothes patterns, but it would be fun to try something different. I've also thought of using this to make a kind of bag. So if you guys like the gingham pattern, just let me know, and I'll put out more tutorials that incorporate that into it. Or I also thought you could use this to make a patchwork, either blanket or sweater, and make some of the squares gingham, which of course would be a lot more work than just your regular patchwork, but I thought it would give it a cool look. But yeah, so just let me know. I really like this pattern and the way the gingham looks, so I might be making more things in this style. One thing that I think would be really cool is to learn how to increase and decrease in the gingham style and then make some gingham plushies, but I know that will be a little bit complicated and a lot of work, but I love making things more complicated than they have to be. So I might try to learn how to do that, and if I am successful, I'll probably put a tutorial out, because I was making this pattern and I just thought that this color would look so cute if you could make an axolotl in this pink gingham. Like, that would just be the best thing ever. So I might try and figure that out, but also it might not work. So we'll just see how all that goes. Anyways, I'm just going to finish making these shells across this side, and once I reach the corner, I'll come back and I'll show you what to do next if you plan on making this lacy edge. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys, I finished the one side and it ended perfectly on the corner. So I'm not sure how well yours will end up if you do this the whole way around. I'm not sure if it will end up evenly, because it will depend on how much stitches you have on the side, because each shell takes up roughly 6 single crochets. So at the end you may have to just kind of move it around to make it work. But also for on this corner, I'm just going to show you what I would do. Since it ended in the last one, I'm going to just continue just as you were, making a shell right in the third stitch again. Four, 5, and 6, and then a single crochet into the third one. And that's how I would probably do that corner. It also, again, depends on how many stitches you have along the side, so the next one could work out with the shell right at the tip, because yeah, this will vary because there's not designated spaces where to single crochet in, so they will all probably turn out differently, but that is how you would make the frilly edge. But yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and dig this whole thing out because I actually like the flat much better for what I want it for. But yeah, there's always ways you can customize my patterns however you like. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on anything in the future. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.